Wildcat hockey. There's an atmosphere to this game. The icy chill that hovers in the air. The rumble of dedicated fans against the glass. The sound of metal carving its path. Someone once said hockey was figure skating in a war zone. They weren't exactly wrong. There's an athletic tradition at the University of Arizona, one that isn't deterred by cacti or blistering heat. A tradition of hard work, perseverance, and preparation. A tradition of camaraderie and of school spirit. It grants us hope when times are hard and makes us strong so we can rise to our feet again. This tradition, it lives inside these players, and it lives inside their fans. So join us. We're ready to bear down. And something tells us you are too.
Welcome back to Bear Down Breakdown. I'm Brooke Barker here with Chad Berman to ask him some questions to the upcoming ASU weekend. Start of the Cactus Cup rivalry this season, which is now a best of 5 series. How important are these first 2 games?
It's everything. It's everything to our team, our staff, our city, the rec center. Like, we understand the weight of this. These are not normal games. So we understand the weight, the responsibility of this rivalry. We'll be ready to go.
Mm-hmm. It's alumni weekend with over 80 alumni in the building and many watching back at home. What's the message in the locker room to the guys getting ready to play these games?
Yeah, I think I'm always thinking about our alumni. It's there's a foundation of success that's been built here that we owe it to them to make them proud and to build this thing into a bigger thing. So for us, it's about we want to make sure we're focused on our jobs. It's easy with all the distractions on the weekend, everything going on, to get caught in all the hoopla. The bottom line is the results on the ice are going to affect the experience of the weekend. So we need to take care of our part first. But certainly it's pretty awesome when you see Kelly Walker, all-time leading scorer, walking around, and different alumni like that, Stephen Reff, like the history of this program. I hope, if nothing else, it gives the players a sense of the history, the responsibility, and how much this means to so many people, because to me, that's what it's worth.
Jake Vockler and Dylan Walker are leading the team in points with 19 each. What have you liked from their game so far this season?
Well, Dylan's, it's not new to Dylan. He's been our leading scorer pretty much every year he's been here. He's a dynamic playmaker. I call him our little Pavel Datsyuk because he's so creative in his playmaking. Now, he's a Blackhawks fan, so he'd like me to say Patrick Kane, who's a Red Wing, we should add. So in that sense, he's that guy. He just gets a little more rope than other guys because he can do things other guys can. We don't want to stymie that creativity in his game or take that away from him. Obviously, there's some rules to that we have, but offensively, there's not much I'm going to teach Dylan to create offense. It's the other things we focus on, but we need that out of him. We need his creativity. He can make something out of nothing, and he's somebody who we highly value. And obviously, only got a few months left here, and we want to make sure we end on a high note for him. Jacob Vockler, I couldn't say enough great things about him. I know everybody sees the stats and the one-timers and the things he does on the ice, but immediately he's surmounted himself as a leader of the program. He gets it. He gets the things on and off the ice, the things we need to do on a day-to-day in practice. And, as he's getting more comfortable here and kind of earning his road, so to speak, you can hear him starting to get a little more vocal. And I really, really value that because it's like adding another coach to the team, and he's a coach's kid, and so part of that comes from that. But the way he challenges guys, communicates on the bench, those are the things I love. Don't get me wrong, the skating, the playmaking, the passion for the game, I see that stuff too, obviously. But to share the full picture of Jake Vockler, it's a better human being than a hockey player, and certainly we're excited about what we have with him moving forward.
That's great. ASU seems to be a quick transition team. What do the Cats need to do to shut them down?
Yeah, I think if you look at their offense over the last 5-7 games especially, it either comes on power play or through transition odd man rushes. So we don't want to feed into that. So we've got to be really good at our blue lines. We don't really want to get into the diagonal pass from a risk-reward standpoint. The risk outweighs the reward, and I don't think we want to get them going in a track meet the other way. We want to be real simple, put pucks in smart areas where we can succeed and where they have to come the full 200 feet against us. So we certainly want to respect their transition game and the offense they can create. And we want to force them to play more of a game to our game plan and what we want to accomplish.
And finally, the Wildcats will wear retro Ice Cats jerseys this weekend. What does it mean for you and the team to bring those jerseys back and showcase the history of this program?
Perfect timing. Obviously, we have the reunion of the national championship team in town, and we're excited to have them. In just alumni in general, like we've been the Wildcats for about 13, 14, something like that years, but the overwhelming majority of our history associates to us as the Ice Cats. Even when I do interviews in TV, radio, whatever that is, I have to remind them we're not the Ice Cats because it's become so engraved in our community. But with that, again, it's kind of like that's been the baton to the University of Arizona Wildcats and what we're doing. And so we want to honor that tradition, that history. I can't think of a better time to wear these jerseys than when we have alumni in town and to celebrate them. And we're here because of the foundation they created. We're here because of the foundation Leo created and Sean Hogan. And hopefully I could take that baton and we can push this program to another level. And obviously with the new arena on the horizon and you see some of the young guys we have on this team, the future looks very bright. And we owe it to these alumni, to our fan base, to make that a reality. We want to be a powerhouse program that competes for national championships every year. We think with our young nucleus we can make that happen, but there's things that have to go with that. It's not talent enough. It's got to be more buy-in. It's got to be more commitment to the cause. But I really like the leadership this year and just the feeling in the room. It's a group that's very close-knit. They enjoy being around each other. We're going through some things where we're not only fighting through injuries, but learning how to win at a high level. If you look at our schedule, we don't have any cookies, like there's all tough games every weekend. And I thought it served us well when we went into the showcase last weekend in St. Louis. We're playing 3 top 10 teams in Calvin, Liberty, and Maryville. Even with 10 guys out of the lineup, we were able to go in there and still compete on the road, 3 games in 3 in a short lineup. And I think we learned a little bit about what we're capable of, and maybe more importantly, how we have to play. Our defensive mindset's got to come first. So we're excited to get home. We haven't been home in a long time. We don't have a lot of home games this year. Excited to be in front of our alumni. And obviously, we're always excited for this rivalry game with Arizona State. We know that they're going to bring it. New coach over there, so it's a new look, and we're excited for the opportunity, excited for the challenge, and we just want to leave it all on the ice and represent the university at the highest level possible.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Wildcat fans, to the Tucson Arena as your U of A Wildcats take on in-state rivals, the ASU Sun Devils, on this Friday night.
Thank you so much to everyone for joining in on the live broadcast. If you get a chance, we would love to have you live in person to experience Wildcat hockey. If you can make it here to the TCC. My name is Rosemary James Stewart. As always, I'm joined up here in the booth by
Brooke Barker.
7 straight years the Wildcats have taken home the Cactus Cup. They're starting anew. The series is at 0-0. What do the Cats have to do to make that 7 turn into an 8?
Looking at so many games that they've played against ASU, especially last year, and how they were able to take it home in 6, you need to rely on that grit and not letting go in the second and third, and you really just have to stay warm and stay hot all the way through.
Here are your Arizona starting lineups.
Center from Santa Rosa, California, number 23, Ari Rossi. At left defense from East Wenatchee, Washington, number 10, Hunter Hodgson. At right defense from Plainfield, New Jersey, number 4, Billy Maloney. And in goal for the Wildcats from Columbus, Ohio, number 30, Hayden Gould. And now, Wildcat fans, we ask you to rise if you are able, and please remove your hats and direct your attention to the Zamboni entrance for tonight's national anthem, performed by Arizona's own rising star, Ivila.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright songs through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
0-0 is how the Cats are coming into this matchup.
All right, Wildcat fans, please
They're coming off
over to the Zamboni entrance for tonight's ceremonial puck drop.
Excuse me, we'll have a ceremonial puck drop for tonight.
Dropping the puck tonight is Raytheon building manager David S. Hogan. David is Team Raytheon's all-time leading hockey scorer, a U.S. Army veteran, and proud family man and father of 3. David lives by the RTX core values of trust, respect, accountability, collaboration, and innovation. Please give a big hand to Sergeant David S. Hogan.
The Wildcats are coming off of what can only be described as kind of a rough road trip. They dropped most of their games on the road. They got 1 win against a ranked opponent, but lost a couple along the way, playing some very, very difficult opponents. The Wildcats are back home after a full month in a packed out barn against in-state rivals. Let's get ready to drop the puck for the first game of your Cactus Cup rivalry. Arizona scrappy off the faceoff, win by technicality, puck's back behind the net. Out to play it was ASU's Hayden Manning. And ASU is going to get an early icing. Apparently not. They beat him to the puck. Arizona has it along the far boards. A bit of a scrap. Puck comes out loose onto the point. Pizzo fighting for it. He gets a good takeaway, sends it up ahead, but gives it to Cade Olson, number 4. Maloney has it, 2-on-2. Sends one sky high. Can't connect with anything. Cats have to regroup. Here's Erickson. Centering pass, nobody there. A weak hit along the near boards gives Arizona a brief possession. Gramlich came all the way out to play it. He got a stick on a quick shot there, and the Wildcats light the lamp 1-0 in the first 2 minutes.
That is exactly what you need to see from the Wildcats. Take possession early and show ASU exactly what they're up against this season.
Wildcats get on the scoreboard as early as possible after a nice little tic-tac play. Gramlich in the corner sent it down. They got a centering pass and a lucky shot. Puts the Wildcats in the lead.
Assistant number 29, Reed Gramlich, and number 12, Sam Webster, top of the goal, 1:08 in the first period. Again, Wildcats goal, scored by number 9, Justin Hughes. Assisted by Reed Gramlich and Sam Webster, top of the goal, 1:08.
Official call for the goal will go to Hughes, number 9.
A super packed out stadium tonight. There's already chants and cheers. As always with the first of many goals, Arizona plans on scoring. Quick shot there, spreading out to make the save. Gould comes out unscathed. The arena's absolutely lit up tonight. This might be the most packed we've ever seen Tucson Arena in these past few years. The crowd is absolutely electric. The goalie chant was the loudest I think I've ever heard it. Huge hit there as Riley Rue lays down the law. Arizona playing hard and scrappy on the forecheck.
Great to see Rue back out. This is the first time he's back in the lineup after being out pretty much all of November with injury.
3-man mashup along the near boards. ASU's going to come out with it behind the net. Quick pass up ahead. They'll have to flip it, go for a change. Arizona gets some time to be under pressure now. Pass ahead to Maloney, comes off the stick a little hot. ASU gets a stick on it. In through the zone, great pass across, but Arizona says no. Quick slap shot there, sent too high off of his stick out in front. Arizona headed the other way. Can't weave through that traffic. Here's Logan Hughes with some room. Quick shot, Luke Hughes. Great opportunity there. Manning stretches out to get the save. Arizona's electric tonight. They're connecting on everything they need to. ASU gets a chance to regroup. Back behind the net. Puck loose by the near boards. ASU comes out with it narrowly, but Pizzo chips it back to a teammate. ASU gets another chance through the neutral zone. Good little self-pass there. They'll dump it into the zone. In the corner, ASU comes out with it. Rossi and Pizzo fighting for it. Coming out with it looks like Pizzo. He'll give it ahead to Erickson. Erickson dumps it in. He'll race for it, but it'll get called for icing. A great first 5 minutes out of the Wildcats. They came out hot right out of the gate to get up on the scoreboard.
Absolutely. With a team like ASU, especially with how big this rivalry really is, you definitely need to stay that kind of cool, calm, level-headedness we've seen in this first 5 of not letting the rivalry get to you and making those passes and playing good, clean, simple hockey.
Rivalry for any team is fuel, and these teams are being fed that fuel. Arizona's come out so hot straight out of the locker room, and they show no signs of slowing down. Erickson behind the net, looking for the pass. It's a nice little wide receiver move to keep the puck in possession. It's stripped from him. Newland. Nice little nutmeg trying to get the pass going. Can't quite get it. Here's Erickson. He gets over the blue line, but his body stays behind him. Excuse me, not Erickson. Renfrew. Arizona keeping it on sides. Looking for an opportunity here. It comes out of the zone, so they'll have to regroup. ASU taking a moment to collect themselves. They haven't had much time to breathe. Cade Olson, his job is to quarterback this ASU team. He's going to take as much time as he thinks they need. Just stall it out back behind the net. Let his team get their bearings so they can come back stronger. Quick pass out to Hughes. Chop shot there. Comes out to the Sun Devils. ASU racing to beat the icing. Under pressure, Gould had to play it out. Taking one to the face. Great block there. And ASU finds a way back of the net right over the shoulder of Hayden Gould off of an unfortunate goalie screen.
That is a situation where if you are ASU, you really do need to take advantage of it. There were 5 U of A players right in front of Gould. You couldn't see anything, and they just went for that top above his shoulder there.
Hodgson took a puck right off the face.
Yeah, right off the mask there.
Couldn't really get out of Gould's way. ASU had to take that opportunity. They see the screen there. Hodgson shows no signs of moving. Just get it right past him, and Gould never saw it coming. ASU wins the faceoff again at center ice.
Assistant number 21, Parsons, and number 39, Ben Chase. Time of the goal 6-12. Again, Sun Devil goal scored by number 73, Junior Parker.
Pass ahead. One-on-one opportunity. ASU, Gould makes a great save with a 3-on-1 opportunity unfolding right in front of him. Kicked it out with a purpose and gets out of there safely. Big hit there along the near boards. Won't affect possession. Arizona's going to regroup. Webster passes it ahead over the blue line. Big trip there. They won't call it. Walker back to play it. Making some room for himself through traffic. Quick shot there, and he finds the back of the net. Dylan Walker.
Dylan Walker once again proves himself as one of the top scorers that the Wildcats have ever seen, now making it his 20th point of the season.
No lane, no problem. Walker makes his own chances, weaves through traffic, and just rips one. Beats Manning, and the Wildcats are now back in the lead. Arizona 2, Arizona State 1. Dylan Walker, an electric player. He always has that capability of turning nothing into something.
Walker continuously shows how that kind of, those situations where you're like, there's no way he's going to get this, or he has some fancy dangle that doesn't seem like it's going to fully commit, goes exactly where he wants it to go, and every time it works out so well.
Webster picks up his second apple of the night. He's been productive on offense and making chances for his teammates. And that one, he didn't exactly make anything, no flashy pass, no secret lane. He just got the puck where it needed to be and let Walker do his magic. Quick shot there, sent high. Kyoka happy to let one rip from the blue line. Weak hit along the near boards. Curley has it. He'll center it. ASU whips it around. Excuse me, that was Rue. Rue sends one deep. Arizona super aggressive on the forecheck, making ASU slip up and have to reconvene here. Kyoka comes off his skate hot, so he'll send it to the other end. Looked like Manning wanted to freeze there. Ref didn't give it to him, so he just figured he'd drop it off. Scramble in neutral. Rossi backhand pass into the glove of Manning, and they'll freeze it.
U of A Wildcat Hockey would like to wish a very happy birthday to Robbie, who is celebrating his 50th.
11 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in this first period as Arizona leads Arizona State 2-1.
Rosemary, you've seen a lot of ASU U of A hockey games. How are you feeling? Especially with how many players were hurt through November, now coming back to play ASU here?
I mean, Arizona and Arizona State together. Quick shot there. Comes off, Gramlich has it. He's fighting for possession, can't quite get it. Pops out to Arizona State. Arizona and Arizona State in their rivalry, Brooke, they love to run up the scoreboard. I mean, we're in the first period and the score is 2-1. I mean, they've had games where they've put up 7 goals against this Arizona State team. Be a bit of a scramble after the play. The refs will let them play on, or rather, skate away.
Surprisingly, the first 10 minutes have been without penalty for either team. I'm
This is-
sure it will not stay that way.
This is incredibly surprising. Both of these teams tend to get a lot of penalties in these games, but I think the refs are calling this game really well. You got to let them get those hits out. If it escalates, you shut it down. Quick shot there, kicked out with a purpose by Gould. If it escalates, you got to shut it down, but as it is right now, just let them play. Arizona State regrouping. Pass ahead. Finds the pass. Quick shot there, sent high. Squirts over the blue line. They'll call it offsides. Arizona gets a lucky break. Still have to take a face-off.
Of course, as Coach Berman talked about in the Bear Down Breakdown, this is Alumni Weekend, and if you're able to tune in tomorrow night, we have interviews with alumni from the 1984-85 team, which did go to the championships and win. And it'll be great to hear from them and have them in the building and kind of have that historic legacy that the Wildcats and the Ice Cats, they were previously known, have.
Play called offsides there. The puck didn't cross the body, didn't cross the blue line with Walker's body. They'll have to replay it. Lots of history this weekend. History between these two rivalry teams. They've been back and forth in nearly every sport. In hockey particularly, at least in ACHA, Arizona's gotten the better of ASU. They did so this year too in football with the Territorial Cup. As it's Alumni Weekend, Arizona's got a lot to prove. Big hit along the far boards. Almost benefits Arizona. They'll kick it back out to Olsen. Here comes Walker all alone. Dangle, and he just misses. A great move to beat one defender.
Right off the post there.
And they'll get some more time in the O-zone. It's back to Walker. Walker tries a spin move there. Gets a little bit too big for his britches. Doesn't matter, puck's back with him. Out to Kyoka. Kyoka rips one into the chest of Manning. way after the play. Arizona State initiates an ambush.
Looks like the refs will not be calling anything. Oh, never mind. And with that, we'll go to the first power play for your University of Arizona Wildcats. Rosemary, I'm assuming the call will be tripping or roughing. Do you agree with me?
I imagine you could also get away with interference there.
Oh, good one.
It's just a hockey moment of you can't do that. That's just a thing
Absolutely.
you're not allowed to do. And that'll give Arizona the man advantage, 5-on-4. Shot there by Kioka, swallowed up in the glove of Manning. You're going to see a lot of that on this power play of Kioka ripping the first shot he sees. Kioka loves the power play. All these
Absolutely.
offensive-minded defensemen love the power play because it gives them the chance to be the playmakers that they want to be all the time. They get to sit on the blue line, take the shots they want, find the passes they want. You'll see it if ASU ends up getting a power play tonight. Kate Olson loves to do it too. Farmer gets the official call roughing.
Quick shot.
Stop and start traffic here. Just 8 seconds burned on this power play. And the ASU PK unit already goes for a change.
ASU's PK is at an 83.3%, whereas the U of A power play is at a 26.1, which is top of the WCHL conference for this season.
Nice little dangles there. Kioka with the puck, just wide. Manning wouldn't have had a chance, but Kioka just can't locate as precisely as he wants. Great shot nonetheless. ASU gets the chance to clear it. Arizona has to regroup in their own zone. Gould out to play it, trying to speed up the transition. Here's Kioka coming down through the middle. He'll drop it off. Vockler smashed along the near boards, but it gets all the way out to Rue. Here's Hughes, tries to go for a spin move. Can't get the puck on net. Vockler breaks it up. Here's Kioka. Sends it down. ASU barely gets a stick on it. Here's Kioka again. Deja vu as it ends up with Walker. Walker goes down on some weak contact. One-on-one opportunity here. ASU sends one sky high off of the chest of Hayden Gould. Not exactly the shot selection you want to see when you get in that one-on-one opportunity. The defenseman's way out of the play. It's really just you and the goalie. You're kind of aiming anywhere but the chest.
Absolutely, especially with teams like this, you know they're very good at shot selection, so it's really something you want to see more intention behind.
And Hayden Gould, naturally, if you put a puck anywhere near his body, he's going to make that save. Gramlich over the blue line. Skating with a purpose. Passes it back to Rossi. Quick shot and a stellar save by Hayden Manning. Flashes the leather. Such a quick play that came out there. Gramlich came to the corner, centered it for Rossi. Rossi winds back, hits the 1T, but Manning ready for it. Makes a flashy play. Arizona tries to get it off the faceoff. Can't quite do it. 22 seconds left in their power play. They're going to try and mount one more attack. Here's Maloney, 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Maloney over the blue line. He's got some space. Power play just about over. Here's Gramlich.
With that, they're back to 5-on-5 hockey.
Shot on net there. Easy save for Manning. Curley trying to make something happen, but he's pressed down too hard. Arizona will get a change. A little bit of push and pull there. As ASU and Arizona give possessions back to back. 6 minutes and 50 seconds left to play in this first period. Shot ahead, great work there by Logan Hughes to give it to himself, get himself time to work. Pizzo, scrappy, trying, stay on his feet. 2-on-1, broken up by Erickson, quick shot there, flipped up off the defenseman. ASU has it on the blue line, chop shot there, Erickson kicks it out. Erickson all over that play. You hate to see Picozzi go off like that after taking a rough blocked shot. And high sticking gives Arizona another power play.
And the back of the jersey has no name, and the number's not on our sheet. So hopefully we'll be able to tell you shortly who that's to.
Get a little media timeout while Arizona gets to draw up some power play action.
Rosemary, if you were
Number 71, Matthew Gross, 2 minutes for high sticking. Time in the penalty, 13:37. Again, Sun
Matthew Gross
71.
wearing 71 tonight, throwing us off up here. In the
Gross, an elite part of this ASU team. They're going to be hampered a little bit as Arizona gets a power play.
If you are drawing up a power play here, what are you looking for? What are you trying to go for here? Who are your big players in this, Rosemary?
You want Kioka to get it off the faceoff. You want Walker to be down close to the crease, but not too far in the corner. Put, I don't know, Gramlich or Vockler, stuff him in the corner to get that pass out, center it for Walker, and just let him work his magic. Gramlich from the corner out to Kioka. Pass across, back to Kioka. Down to Vockler. Vockler looking for a shot. He's going to give it to Walker. Walker tries to get it from a tight angle. Here's Kioka. He'll rip one. Manning kicks it out, and it comes off the pad. Hughes scores again.
Fantastic look. Exactly drawn up. I can see Coach drawing this up and then them performing it perfectly. Hughes is now on hat-trick watch.
Hughes, 2 goals tonight. Right place, right time. Coach is giving him the minutes. After that first goal, Coach puts him out on that power play 1 line, and it works out for him. Manning couldn't control the rebound, and Hughes manages to settle it and score, putting Arizona up 3-1. The crowd electric tonight, as more than half of the stadium is doing the U of A dance. Just 6 minutes left to play in this first period. ASU off the face-off. Battle along the near boards. Arizona State putting on the pressure, but Arizona comes out with it. Here's Erickson. Erickson looking for Rossi. Puts one on net, and Manning takes care of it. Maloney has to be separated from, it looked like, Kate Olsen.
As well as Erickson and Rossi and pretty much everyone.
Not exactly what you're picturing when someone tells you 4-on-4 hockey. Dylan Maloney, number 4, Kate Olsen, number 4. Had choice words to share. as you can imagine, as this game goes on, it's going to get a little scrappier and a little scrappier incrementally.
Especially as the scores tick in either direction. Both teams are known to be pretty hot-headed, and I'm sure we'll see more of that.
You'll find a very interesting and maybe obvious conclusion that neck-and-neck teams don't battle as much, but once you go down 2-3 goals, well, then you start getting start dabbling in the extracurriculars. Batted down off the hand of Pizzo. Gives Arizona the possession. A hit there, but Arizona won't go down. Arizona done a great job at minimizing the damage off of these hits. There's been a couple of huge hits, namely across the boards tonight. Quick shot there, swallowed up by Gould. But Arizona not letting it get to him. Dylan Walker has been excellent tonight.
Speaking of being excellent, Dylan Walker has officially hit 100 ACHA points tonight with his last goal.
They might have to put him up in the rafters
Next
right
to his
next to
dad.
Walker Sr.
Both number 16s. Can you double retire a number?
We're
You think they're
about
gonna
to
write
see.
like Walker squared?
Until the third Walker comes to Arizona, the number 16 will be enshrouded in Arizona legacy. And what night to get 100 ACHA points in? The night before alumni night. ASU coming out with it, regrouping. Skioka seems to strip sack his own teammate. Quick shot there. Renfrew pass ahead. Found Hughes, but came off his stick a little hard. Vockler and Hughes a little back and forth. Rather them come out with it, Manning's going to hold on to it. .100 ACHA points, a tally that all but the top 1% of ACHA players are ever going to see. Dylan Walker, it's just emblematic of what he means to this team. He's a scoring force. He's already scored one tonight to put Arizona in the lead after ASU evened it out. He's one of those players who's just like lifeblood to your team. Every time he's on the ice, there's a chance something could happen, and that energizes his teammates. Dylan Walker off the faceoff. Back to Picozzi, skating.
Absolutely. With a couple months left with Walker, you definitely want to see him hit crazy milestones like that, and it's really great that he's able to hit that.
ASU quick shot, blocker save by Hayden Gould. Blown up behind the play. Picozzi with a great reverse hit. Quick shot there, puck sent too high. What a beauty of a reverse hit. I believe the posterized victim, Carter Newland. Again, I talked earlier about Arizona not letting these hits get him down. No better example than throwing a reverse hit, being the last man standing when someone comes racing at you full speed. Great work to just plant your feet, send that hit the other way. Walker tries to deke. Looks like Stefan's stick came apart. That might be our 5th broken stick tonight. Quick shot there by ASU. Gould makes a hard save look easy, just swallows it up.
And it looks like the first U of A player is going to the box. It's going to be number 22, Baird. I believe it's going to be the hit that happened there in the crease, in the blue, actually.
You don't get called Big John Baird without playing a little too hard for your size. it's just not fair to him that he's so much taller and stronger than all the other players. Baird, 2 minutes, as ASU is on their first power play of the night.
This is exactly the situation where
No Kate Olsen. Maybe I was wrong. ASU back and forth. Gross, quick shot. Gould sees through the screen.
this is exactly a situation where the U of A Wildcats can prove their penalty kill aficionado, their bestestness here with their 67.7% here.
Arizona gets muscled out of the faceoff win. Marchant sends it across. Back to Marchant. Over to Gross. Gross wanted to get a shot off, it looked like, but Hodgson smothers him. Hodgson takes him out of the play. Believes a man open. And a little deke. Broken up. You got to hold on to your stick. Disasters for both teams. Everyone's in for a night tonight. Little bit of back and forth. Both teams take a while to regroup. It almost looked like ASU's Nate Glenn fell over there. Good, kicked out with a purpose by Hayden Gould. They'll try and clear it, but it comes out to the Sun Devils. I'm not sure when they switched, but Nate Glenn is now in net. I'm almost positive.
I'm pretty sure Hayden Manning wasn't.
He was, but now it's 31 Nate Glenn.
Switch underneath our noses there.
They're
just trying to throw us off.
one big hit happens and suddenly the game's out of reach. Too much of a scramble for both of these teams, neither of them having real convincing opportunities on this ASU power play. I forgot they were on a power play. This looks like 5-on-5. Arizona is just so gritty right now. Taking away chances. Fake shot, but he can't hold on to it. Here comes Walker. Walker muscled off. That's the only solution to deal with those silky mitts. You got to use the body. And they diffuse Walker's chance there.
And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey as U of A once again proved that they're able to kill off those penalty power plays. Penalty minutes? Penalty minutes.
PK unit, not always consistent, not always reliable, but tonight, when they're as fired up as they are, you best believe they're going for every poke check on the forecheck, playing hard and playing gritty. A minute and some change left to play in this first period. Arizona still leads 3-1. Kioka picks up a penalty. I didn't catch what it was for, but he'll spend 2 minutes in the box.
Which will bleed over into that second period.
1 minute of power play right now for ASU. A minute later, huge slap shot there, just sent wide. Gould never even got a piece of it.
The official call that Kioka will pick up is too many men on the ice. I didn't happen to see that, though.
Just a little
Did
bit
you,
of
Rosemary?
confusion.
Yeah, probably.
A great quick shot there. Two back-to-back blocked shots for the Wildcats, laying their body on the line. Hanrahan and Hodgson pick up a block shot apiece. Quick shot there. Gould is screened. Couldn't quite come up with it. But the rebound goes his way. 15 seconds left. Both teams going to regroup. ASU might try and get off one more attack. Walker wants a look. 7 seconds. Here comes Gross. 3 seconds. puck's taken away from him, and time will expire here in the first period as your Arizona Wildcats lead ASU 3-2-1.
We'll be back to bring you the second period shortly. My name is Brooke Barker,
And I'm Rosemary James Stewart.
and this is Wildcat Hockey.
All right, your second assist. It was your 100th ACHA goal. How are you guys going to keep this up for the second period?
Just keep things going, keep vibing off the energy off the crowd. Great energy tonight, great building. I think we're playing well. Just keep it going.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Start us. Switch. Welcome back, Wildcat fans, for the second period of your University of Arizona Wildcats versus the ASU Sun Devils.
After 20 minutes of hockey, your University of Arizona Wildcats lead the ASU Sun Devils 3-2-1. Brooke, after that first period, what are Arizona's keys to success to keep the most dangerous lead in hockey, a 2-goal lead?
I think we kind of talked about this at the top of the first. This is when they need to kind of, for lack of a better word, bear down.
Bear down.
And kind of stick in where they're at and kind of hold on. This is going to be definitely a lot of grit and kind of strong defense, while also keeping that offensive edge you need with an ASU team.
You have to dig in your heels here, but that does not mean you become docile. You don't turtle. Turtling is the reason the 2-goal lead in hockey is the most dangerous, because when you start to turtle, you're not generating any offense, you're not generating pressure, and you're susceptible to letting goals in. Arizona has to keep playing aggressive, play the same way they've been playing all tonight, and they will coast for the rest of this game. It's the second they start resting on their laurels, turtling, just trying to keep that lead, that ASU can take advantage. ASU wins that first faceoff, passing it back behind the net.
And we are starting on the penalty kill for your Wildcats with
30 seconds left.
30 seconds left on
this ASU power play.
Kyoka's penalty.
Kyoka in the box. Never quite picked up. Oh.
Too many men on the ice.
Too many men. But Arizona diffuses 15 seconds off the clock. There's just 10 seconds left in this power play. Here comes ASU. Organized attack. But Gross's pass goes unclaimed as ASU's power play expires. Kyoka, breakaway chance. Spread, really bad look there. Kyoka slow to get up. Hustle play for both players. Looked like Kyoka got tripped up. I don't think it was intentional in any way. ASU was just trying to play the puck, but Kyoka went down hard.
Slow to get up, but able to get off on his own, which is always a great sign.
Was there ever a doubt Kyoka would skate off on his own? I think that guy could get his hand chopped off and he'd still want to skate back to the bench. Kyoka
Absolutely.
is such a gritty part of this team. He's always playing hard. He's always playing strong. Seems like that hit, I mean, after he recovered from it, it's barely phased him. He's back on the bench looking lively. Just an unfortunate moment there off of a bona fide hockey play. That's what makes this sport so special. Stefan regrouping in the D zone. In through the neutral zone, Walker trying to make some space for himself. ASU gets the takeaway. And another one to take home, but it's no good. As Arizona is gonna get a couple minutes on the power play. That's ASU's third penalty tonight. After Parmers and Gross have picked up 2 PIMs apiece.
Rosemary, with a lead like the up by 2 that we're seeing here, it is integral for the Wildcats to use this power play to their advantage.
Yeah,
and
put
strengthen
Walker out
that.
there, put Hughes out there, put Rue out there, just let them take shots. They're up by a lot, and in this position.
And Kyoka's out with them.
Kyoka already back. Told you, he could get his hand chopped off, and he'd won in the next shift. Quick shot by Kyoka, off a deflection out in front. Rue had something on it, but Glenn makes the save, comes all the way back down to Gould.
I think if you're ASU in this situation, you really do, you're going to dump and chase. You want to waste these minutes. You know how dangerous a team like U of A is when they're on the power play here. And you want to just let it expire and play defense as much as possible and get your time to set back up in the 5-by-5.
Quick shot there, Rue gets it behind the net. Excuse me, that might have been Walker. And again, they'll be able to poke it out. Arizona's gonna try and set up, see if they can get 2 guys down low to get her centering look and see if somebody can score. Hit way after the play on an already battered Kyoka. No call. Pass down to Kyoka on the blue line. He'll pass it ahead to Walker. Walker down low, across to Vockler. Vockler back to Kyoka. Kyoka, slapper. Not his strongest, but what can you expect? He's been blown up these last 3 minutes. As Arizona gets 53 seconds left on their power play. Power play unit number 2 coming out. Looks like Gramlich, Rossi, and Curley. Backstopped by Stefan. And Maloney. Here's Stefan. Back to Maloney. Pass ahead, looks like it's Rossi. Quick shot there. Excuse me, it was Curley. Tried to get a deflection out in front. Ari Rossi just not able to bring it down. Stefan wide open, he wants the look. Quick shot there, swallowed up by Glenn. Arizona moving the puck on offense here. They're gonna have to do it again. 30 seconds left.
I think with where they're at here in their offensive zone, this is definitely kind of what we talked about in the first period of you really need to just line it up and take it here. You have all of the power and all the position here.
I like what they're doing so far. They're getting, you know, I don't want to say it, they're getting pucks on net. And that's all you want out of this team. You don't want them to slow down. You don't want them to start getting choosy with their looks. You got to try and score. Quick shot there, rings the post. Jake Vockler, second on the team in points, nearly had one. Back to Walker, sent right back to Kyoka. Kyoka, quick shot. Glenn saw it coming a light year away, had his glove in the lane, ready to go. Super Saiyan instincts, just already there.
And with that, ASU did a great job of playing defense on this penalty kill and really took advantage of the kind of, I would say, almost battered state of Kyoka to really continue to push their.
Erickson goes down with a Sun Devil. Stick comes out. Gould Sends it across to Maloney. Arizona fights over it. Pizzo sends it ahead. Flipped into the O-zone. Pizzo working the body, trying to get to the puck. There's Erickson. He'll chip it out. ASU along the near boards. 2-on-1 opportunity. Pass across, but can't get the shot off. The unfortunate Friesen. Quick shot there, sent wide. Friesen just couldn't get the shot off on a spectacular pass. Blocker save, Hayden Gould. Arizona will try and come out with possession. Maloney flips it back for what ends up being a giveaway. Gould comes out to play it and rings it around. ASU trying to capitalize. Not enough time as Maloney makes them hurry up. ASU quick shot, stuck in traffic. Gould tracks it out. Back to ASU, quick shot there off of a Gross's stick out in front. Gross tries to come around. Another shot there, deflected off of a Wildcat out in front. Quick shot there. Sent careening sky high. ASU's gonna ring it around back behind the boards. Hit by Riley Rue. Means Arizona finally has a chance. ASU headed the other way. Whiffs on it. There to capitalize is Rue. Pass up ahead, looking for Hanrahan. Finds a Sun Devil instead. Good stick check and throws the body there at the end. Looks like Gross ended up the posterized party there, ended up further in the crease than Gould. But he played on. Arizona in the zone. John Baird looking for the backhand flip. Couldn't quite find it. Arizona's going to try and stay on offense here. They'll regroup. Webster slings it around, finds Gramlich. Gramlich looking for the pass. Ends up with Hughes. This is their top line so far tonight. Gramlich hustling with all his might. Stay on it. Now here's Vockler on the forecheck. Puck bounces off the glass. Gramlich through the neutral zone, makes one deke, gets the poke check. Squirts out to Hughes. Hughes centering pass, can't find anybody. Kyoka's gonna chip it to the other end, and the tension will break as ASU gets the chance to freeze it. Good back and forth and line play there. When it was Arizona's third and fourth line playing against those ASU top lines, they had to play gritty and stay alive. And then once they got their top line out, they got right back on offense and started making some chances. Got to keep it up. Walker gets it. Tries to get it, but muscled off. Walker nearly flips over. Renfrew gets a blade on it. Walker stretching out. Curley bodied off the puck. ASU playing a tough physical game. Arizona doesn't have an answer right now. An amazing deke move. The puck never got past the red line. Scary look there, but Hayden Gould had it all taken care of. Save or two for him. Here comes Walker. Making so much room for himself, kicked out by Glenn. Stefan tries to throw the body, taking a page out of the Sun Devils book. 12 minutes left. Arizona and ASU, a little back and forth. ASU into the O-zone. Big battle along the far boards in the corner. Both of these teams want this puck bad. Here's Rossi with it. He'll leave it for Hodgson. Hunter Hodgson skating hard. Rossi might make it there. He's pushed up along the boards, but spreading out was Pizzo. Trying to make a play out of it. ASU headed the other way. Little poke check, catches him. I want to say offsides.
Definitely seeing a lot more of back and forth here from your Wildcats and the ASU Sun Devils. Definitely keeping the tensions high, though, which is really great to see. Both teams are really trying to hang on here and just keep pushing.
An exciting game from an exciting two teams tonight. Just a lot of back and forth. It's more dangerous, it's more high risk, but man, it's so much more fun to watch. ASU face-off win. ASU so far beating Arizona up on face-offs tonight. Rung back behind the net, Gould out of position. He has to get down, seals away any chance at the goal there. Quick shot there off of the stick of Hanrahan. He wants another one. Ruth throws the body. ASU has it behind the net. Breaking up the centering pass. That was Hanrahan. Arizona flips it into the zone. Glenn falling over. Arizona gonna try and get a shot off while Glenn has to regroup. Quick shot there, sent too high. Glenn a little uneasy on the skates tonight. Big body work there by Logan Hughes. Pass across to nobody, but breaks up the tension a little bit. Gramlich tried to get a stick on it. They'll have to regroup. Glenn, not sure whether he wants to freeze it or not. 10 minutes and 20 left to go. Nate Glenn, for all the ASU fans here in this stadium, giving him a bit of a heart attack. He went down hard after almost falling during his first few minutes after he got switched on. Arizona couldn't win the faceoff. ASU racing in, trying to get a chance. Renfrew tries to go for the reverse hit. Both guys go down and Arizona gets possession. Great stick work there to get the puck out by Kioka. Vockler in with Gramlich. Gramlich, a great shot. Couldn't find it. Arizona gets a chance to regroup. Pushed in, now they're in the O-zone. Pass across, but nothing. So call the play dead.
All right, Arizona Wildcat fans. With his second point of the night, we'd like to announce that number 16, Dylan Walker, has just scored his 100th point as an Arizona Wildcat. Let's give a big Wildcat applause.
The crowd giving a round of applause for Dylan Walker, who with his second point tonight hit the landmark goal. 100 ACHA points in his whole darn career. Nine minutes 42 left to go in the second period. As we remain scoreless the second inning, Arizona 3, ASU 1.
Taking a look at Dylan Walker's stats here a little bit further, it is 90 games played, 32 goals, and 68 assists for him for this 100 points.
That is a picture perfect stat line. A little over a point per game. A third of those are goals, 2/3 of those are assists. That's as consistent as you're ever gonna see out of any hockey player alive. Just a beauty of a scorecard. Gets him to the big 100. ASU wins their third straight faceoff at least. Puck's in the O-zone. Centering pass out. Gould makes the save. Kicks it out. Good work. Really dangerous look. This was a breakaway opportunity. The puck gets flipped over the glass. This is a packed house tonight. We'd love to have you join any of our other Cactus Cup games. They've got 4 more total, at least 1 more here, 2 more here, including a game tomorrow night. Same place, same time, Saturday, 7:30 puck drop here at the TCC.
And it'll be a really great game.
Breakaway opportunity,
it
shot
is,
sent high.
It is alumni night, so you will be hearing from some alumni from the 1984-85 season. It'll be a great, very historic night.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Brooke. This ASU team is just playing fast and hard. Got a really good opportunity there. Couldn't make it work. Webster slings it around, finds Hughes. Backhand pass, trying to get it to Vockler, just couldn't. Gramlich has it now. Coming into the O-zone. Looking for a pass. Couldn't find the person he was looking for. But it somehow ends up with Kioka. Kioka loses the handle a little bit, but Arizona maintains possession. Good shot there, glove save by Glenn. ASU racing the other way. Carson Renfrew says no, shuts down the play, and Curley gets a big hit right off it. Backhand pass broken up by the ever-reliable Dylan Walker. Stefano Walker over the blue line. Walker back behind the net looking for a pass. Finds Hodgson, a beautiful pass. Hodgson lets one rip. Comes off a body. Walker, a beautiful saucer pass there. Part of the reason he's made it to 100 ACHA goals is his ability to find those lines and make tight passes like that. Hodgson back to collect after the ASU clear. It'll get called icing, and we'll get to take a face-off on the other end of the ice. 7 minutes and 20 left to go. Arizona 3, ASU 1.
And the announcer's son, Gavin Scott. He is in section 202. Let's wish him a happy 19th birthday.
Arizona loses another face-off. They're really struggling in the circle tonight. But ASU has a terrible giveaway to Billy Maloney, giving Arizona possession. Pass across to Maloney. Come over the blue line. Deaking, looking, ringing around the glass. Give it to Pizzo. Pizzo lays the body along the far boards. Smashes his man in the corner. ASU back behind the net. Slings the puck ahead. Here come the Sun Devils. Great pass there. 2-6 out in front. Quick shot off the body from the assistant captain, Erickson. Rossi stays on his feet after a gnarly hit. Here comes Butler. He'll dump it into the corner. He'll get rung all the way around. No icing. ASU back behind the net. Great pass to get ASU a chance in the neutral zone. Butler skating nice and smooth into the offensive zone. He's going back and forth with it. Quick shot there off of a body out in front, and another shot goes careening off of a stick. Arizona does not want to let ASU get a single shot on goal tonight. Sticks in the way, bodies in the way. Arizona's done so much work to minimize ASU's good chances.
It's something we've seen a lot from them this season, and it's really great to continue to see kind of that reliant and that understanding that Gould will be there, but God, they're going to put up a good shield in front of him either way.
It's beautiful the way they're able to, you know, give Hayden Gould 5 trusty shields who we can count on. Battle along the near boards in the corner. Arizona gets the man advantage to try and come out with it. Skating fast, here comes Hughes. Hughes, little deke move, has it on the backhand. Quick shot and puck is loose but blown dead. Did I see that right?
I was very much in the
Not
crease.
loose. I was seeing a stick there. Please tape your sticks in white. That way I won't confuse them for pucks from the booth. Glenn did a good job there. Get on top of the puck, just end the play by any means necessary. Other than his deer-like skating, Glenn's been really nice ever since they brought him out after Manning. Vockler sends one way into the stands. Arizona gets to take another face-off. Arizona, lucky break, face-off win. Hughes puts one on net, so close. Glenn just stretches out to save it. And ASU comes out lucky there. Great shot by Hughes. We'll get a pair of offsettings here. Slashing a piece.
With that, we'll just go to 4-on-4 hockey here.
We talked earlier about Hayden Gould having 5 perfect shields in front of him. The less players on the ice, the more dangerous it is for your goalie. Walker has a lot of room, gets a shot in. Glenn trying to freeze it. Officials say no goal. On a great look by Dylan Walker. Right off the face-off. Minute 55 left of 4-on-4. Like I was saying, this 4-on-4 is so dangerous for the goalies. You're losing a body out in front. You're losing a player on the forecheck. You're losing a player in the crease. Everywhere that you hope there's a player, you're going to feel the impact of one less skater on the ice. Good face-off win there for Arizona. Renfrew across to Kyoka. Kyoka lets one rip and pops the bottle! Arizona 4, ASU 1. If there's one thing you can count on Kyoka to do, it's rip one from the blue line.
Fantastic move, and he used the screen that Glenn had to really just push through and blindsided him. Great look.
It's the first time Glenn's gotten a shot on goal where he's looked behind. Just not in front of the play like normal. Walker got it off the face-off, trying to make a play on it, but he's wrapped up by a trio of Devils. Pass across by White, picked up by Walker. Puck left back in the neutral zone. Skating through, there's Maloney. Maloney makes a move. He's gonna send it down. Not quite. He's fought off of it. Maloney behind the net. Gives it to Walker. Walker behind the net. Holds on to it. Webster all alone on an island. Quick shot there. Glenn can't swallow it up after taking it to the chest. Oftentimes when we say choice words, we're kind of under emphasizing it, but right there, actual choice words, as Walker, deep in his heart of hearts, knew he had to chirp there. Some more 4-on-4 action, 57 seconds left to play.
In a situation like this for your Wildcats, this is really when you want to lean into your defense and obviously still stay gritty, but you really need to lean in on your defensive side here.
Gramlich had a good thing going there. The puck's taken away from him.
Especially because you do want to keep your offensive men healthy and have on good skates, especially knowing you have a game again tomorrow night.
Absolutely, Brooke. Here comes the Sun Devils, racing all the way across the ice. Looked like he wanted to go for something fancy behind the net, but the Cats say no. Puck in the corner. Squirts out, almost got to Parmer. Some room, here's Hodgson before he even crosses the crosses the blue line. Crowd erupted and chance to shoot the puck. That's the beauty of hockey. No matter how you're playing, no matter how your team is composed, no matter what the score is, the crowd just wants you to shoot. They just want you to play. They just want you to throw a body and put the puck on the net. Beauty and simplicity. ASU face-off win. Here comes Olsen. Brings it around. Gould had to come out to play it. It ends up with the Sun Devils. Pass ahead. Sun Devils have it over the blue line. Pass across, broken up. Another pass across, sent the other way, broken up. Here's Kioka trying to get it behind the net. He'll chip it out. Not one team can get a good possession here. Renfrew throws the body. Gould makes a easy little stick save there. Here's Hughes trying to make a move. Chips it out, finds Vockler. Vockler loses the puck under him. Looks like it happens to ASU's Luke Chase in return. Rough hip-to-hip hit there. Not in any manner what you want to see. And they'll battle it along the back behind the net. Neither team gonna get penalized for the bad hit. Officials can't put anyone at fault, so they say play on. 2 minutes left in the second period. Icing, Arizona's gonna get another face-off. Minute 55. The ACHA rankings, pretty polarizing and volatile, especially in the first half of the season as teams struggle to get placed in the right spot. Arizona ranked, I believe, 15th Arizona State, number 25th. Top 25 matchup here. Despite both teams losing records, really shows you the level of competition in the ACHA. It's really any team's game. Arizona on their road trip etched a win against the number 6 team in the nation. So much parity at this level. Baird can't quite collect off the face-off. Devils get it in the corner. Pass out to Gross. Gross can't hold on to it. Quick shot there off of a stick out in front. Puck ringed around the boards. Arizona, Curley has some space. Backhand flip. Can't quite get it. Glenn's way out of position and can't get the rebound, but Arizona has to skate all the way back if they want another shot. Racing hard, the Sun Devils have possession now, but it's kicked back out to Arizona. Rossi to Walker. Walker flips it in. Rossi fighting hard on the back check. Butler dumps it in. Puck on the stick, they'll push it in, 37 seconds left. This play is blown dead on an Arizona delayed penalty. Hooking. Looks like Ari Rossi gets the call. Might have played a little bit too difficult on that back check. Got the delayed penalty. Arizona PK time.
This means about a minute and 20 seconds of the start of the third period will go to an ASU power play.
ASU right off the faceoff, can't keep the puck on side. A series of blunders gives Arizona possession, shorthanded. Pass back to Hodgson. They're gonna take their time, have a little fun. Chipped all the way ahead, they'll burn off clock. 15 seconds left to go in this second period. Arizona still up by 3. Pass up ahead, ASU trying to break into the zone, 5 seconds left. And that will do it for the second period as time expires. Your University of Arizona Wildcats lead ASU 4-2-1.
Stay with us and we'll be back to bring you the final period from the Tucson Arena in just a bit. Thank you for tuning in. This is Wildcat Hockey.
All right, you had a goal this period. What's been working well for you guys so far?
I think that we're just playing simple hockey, managing pucks, and it's imperative with the alumni in town, Walker's 100 point. It's important we just play the right way, and we're doing that.
All right, thank you. Congrats.
Welcome back, Wildcat fans, for the third and final period of the night against the ASU Sun Devils.
The Wildcats, after 40 minutes, lead 4-2-1, in large part due to ASU's inaction on offense. Last year, we saw an offense that ran through 3 particular players, Marchant, Butler, and Olsen. Tonight, it seems like the team's focus has shifted a little. Who do you think this team's running through now, Brooke?
I think it's been a pretty, I would say 180 of a change for their offensive core. I think last year we saw a lot of Olsen and Butler and Marchant. I think they're really quarterbacking it through Gross this season. At least in this game we've seen. Maybe it's different, but in this game for sure it seems to got a lot of it's going through Gross.
Gross is playing pretty well tonight, just not able to generate the way he wants to. He's in the lane, he's getting deflections, he's getting all those little things, but it just hasn't paid off in the puck luck end of things. As Arizona leads by a whopping 3-goal lead. We'll start with 1:20 of Arizona PK time as Rossi still in the box for hooking.
Rosemary, you and I were talking earlier about how with 2 teams like this and with the kind of situation we're in with this rivalry, you're either going to see the quickest 20 minutes of your life or the longest. And we don't know which way it's going quite yet.
We've seen games. I always think of Arizona's home openers against SDSU every year. Those games last forever. They just end with 1,000 penalties. But then I think of the shootout game against ASU last year. That game was out lightning fast. We'll see which side of the coin we get tonight. Here's Butler. Gives it away, back to Marchant. Quick chip shot there, Gould! A beautiful save! Oh my goodness.
Absolutely textbook from Gould.
He makes it look easy, stretches across, seals it away. Beautiful pad save by the reliable Hayden Gould. Gould in his career against ASU has never dropped a match. And right now, Arizona's in the driver's seat trying to see if they can bring Gould's all-time record against ASU to 7-0. With the shutout out of the question in the first period, Gould has had 2 shutouts in his career against ASU. Something about the rivalry seems to light a fire under the calm and collected netminder. Little bit of back and forth. Glenn out to play it. He'll give it ahead to Butler. Back behind the net. Here comes Marchant. Back to Butler. Across to Gross. Gross whips it around. Sends it ahead. Couldn't quite find his man. Now here's Rossi out of the box. Little cross ice pass, tried to hit Hughes, got a quick shot off, but not enough, just sent a little bit wide. Rossi wants that one back. ASU maintaining possession here, letting Arizona tire themselves out. But Arizona hard on the forecheck. Baird gets the Cats possession from behind the net. Hanrahan, space to work. Pass in front, quick shot by Rue. Blocker save from Glenn. Big hit after the play. They'll play on, here's Webster behind the net. Zipped ahead. Gramlich coming downhill. He'll whip it around, looking for a pass. Can't find it as Parmer comes out with it. ASU's second line pushes in. Hard on the ozone. Chase can't keep it on sides. They'll have to go back. 17 minutes to go. Both teams fighting along the near boards. Looks like Chase might come out with it. Chase smashed along the boards. Able to conserve his momentum, sends Hodgson flying. Hodgson, good battle in the corner. Nearly came out with it. Here's Chase, quick shot, but picked up nice and easy. Scuffle along the near boards, not quite sure who came out with it. Glenn got a nice stick save there. Arizona still on offense, but a good takeaway there. ASU trying to come downhill. Marchant chips it in. Gould poke check out. Holding on to it. Here's Vockler. Vockler beats one. Beats two. Can't quite hold on to it after that second poke check. Here's Kioka. He'll let one rip. Finds the shins of who I think is Marchant out in front. Not quite. Riley Ram. Back to Curley. Kicked out with a purpose by Glenn. Textbook save. Glenn, who's always one step ahead of the play, just kicks it out. And ASU gets possession off of it. Puck battle in front of the Arizona bench. Quick little move there. Comes off of Picozzi. And a great strip gives Walker the possession. Hughes did a good job to get the puck out of Devils' hands. Walker wrapped up and taken out of the play. Stick save, Hayden Gould. Olsen wants another quick shot there. Looks like ASU is finally getting their offensive pieces involved, the people they want. And Arizona, big hit to the back of the head. Unsure which way this penalty's going. Since they blew it dead as soon as Arizona touched it, I'm not sure that they meant to. It looks like Caden Butler is gonna take the sit for a good 2 minutes. Seems like the officials really just wanted to let the third period go. They don't want to get caught up in the officiating mumbo jumbo that you often do in this third period, but pretty blatant, clear as day tripping like that, and they had to call it.
Rosemary, something I was thinking about earlier with our kind of thoughts on how the ASU O-Core has really shifted is the introduction of new coach Johnny Walker for the ASU Sun Devils and how that really will change how a team operates and kind of that team feel. And I think that really would have changed the O-Core that we saw most of last season.
Kioka found the backstop there. I couldn't agree more, Brooke. A new coach, a system that's always changing with how many feeder teams they have. You're never going to have consistency. Kioka over to Vockler. You're never going to have consistency, especially at the ACHA level. So you got to make do with what you've got. And lucky for them, they have Matthew Gross. Kyoka sends it across. Here's Walker. Walker, quick shot. Sounded like it found a bit of post there. Here's Vockler. Voxler gets it in on Rue. Puck not quite frozen. Glenn has to reach out and grab it off of Rue's stick. 13:26 left to play.
Also, check your 50-50 raffle tickets. Tonight's winner is 463-498. Again, the 50-50 raffle winner, 463-498.
Arizona back and forth. Almost got the face-off win. Here's Maloney. Sends it across. Quick shot there. Into the chest of Glenn. There's a little bit of a scramble now. Gramlich puts it down low. 50 seconds left in this power play. Gould has to ring it around under pressure. Sends it back to Maloney. Arizona taking their time to get back on offense. Here's Maloney over the blue line, through the neutral zone, into the O zone. He got it all the way up there. Here's Rossi. Sends it down. Back up, back down. Across to Curley, quick one-timer. Just sent a little bit wide. Maloney's there to cover. Quick shot there, deflected off of the stick of Rossi out in front, but nothing. It looks like ASU is going to take another call. Arizona might get 8 seconds of 5-on-3 if I saw what happened correctly. I might not have. Eight seconds left on this power play. With some time and space, Hughes, under pressure, gives up a weak backhand right into the chest of Glenn. But the freeze will give him 5 more seconds of power play. The PK unit will be without Butler. Logan Hughes in to take the face-off. He'll want another shot. Watch for this scrappy move he makes here. Can't win the face-off. ASU gets to burn it out. Here comes Butler. Gould under pressure again, has to give it up pretty fast. ASU has it behind the net. Sent out to the blue line. With a move to keep it on sides and get a shot off. Olsen sends it to the corner. Hughes protects Baird with the body. Arizona sends it all the way across. 11:45 left to play. Over the first blue line. Smothered before he can get over the second. Gramlich has it. He'll send it up to Pizzo. Pizzo back to Hughes. Hughes can't quite get there. He's bodied off by Marchant. Now he's back skating. Goes for the nonchalant change. So much room there. Can't tell whether that was the post or the end of Gould's stick. Arizona looking tired. They had 3 on the back check there and no one made a move. Not the kind of thing your goalie wants to see. Giving up on a play like that.
No, especially with 11 minutes left here.
Sent out to Marchant. He narrowly keeps it on sides, but Hughes is there to break it up. Here goes Hughes. Tries to get a pass across. But it looks like White gave up the body there.
ASU is really kind of understanding how much a point differential matters here in the ACHA and are willing to give up the body just to kind of keep this 4-on-1.
A 1T there for Hughes, just can't connect. He's dying for his Hattie. Here's Kioka. Desperately trying to get possession on it. He's got a couple teammates to help him take care of business. Here's Stefan. Backhand flip. Makes its way up to Vockler. Vockler over the blue line trying to find Stefan. Stefan zips one down onto the pads of Glenn. Here's Walker. Walker has some space. He's looking for a pass. Gives it out to Baird. Baird, great shot. Finds the glove of Glenn, but the puck's still loose. And Arizona gets to stay on offense. 10 minutes to go. Puck ekes out. And ASU's headed the other way. Sun Devils flip it. It's a race to get back. Both guys go down trying to get to the puck, but Arizona's rewarded for it. Bit of fancy stick work there to try and help Erickson. Arizona regroups in the neutral zone.
In situations like this where you see Walker, you see how that puck vision and that kind of elevated sense of awareness on the ice really pushes him at a higher caliber than a lot of the players you see in the ACHA. He just really has this deep understanding that you really see in plays like this.
I couldn't agree more. Walker really just understands puck. Speaking of which, here he is. Quick shot there. Glove down by Glenn. Glenn 2 steps ahead. Right place, right time. 9 minutes left to go. We'll get a little bit of a timeout here. Arizona looking to get the first win of this Cactus Cup series. It's shortened this year from 7 games all the way down to 5, which means every game counts, and Arizona looks, if they can keep this up, to be coasting to a 1-0 lead in the series. Of course, don't be too sure, as these are, at the end of the day, still your cardiac cats. And ASU is not a team to be taken lightly. They can make just about anything happen with 9 minutes left.
Rosemary, with what you've seen so far and how we've seen kind of the Cats and the Sun Devils come out here so far, we're about midway through the season, through stats-wise. How is potential big players in tomorrow's game looking for you?
I mean, I think it's going to be all the same big key pieces. Players I'd like to see, or I think are going to step up, who haven't had a huge role tonight, but I think are really going to step up tomorrow by the way they're playing, namely Rue. Rue's gotten a couple of good shots here and there. He's been a little bit quiet this game, but he, as assistant captain, he's a lights-out player.
I think especially coming off a month off with injury, you kind of expect that.
You almost want him to be quiet a little bit, get his bearings before anything else happens. And
definitely.
Rue's a player you know is going to bounce back.
100%. Especially knowing his history of having these long injury breaks and coming back and giving us 2-3 goals in a weekend. You know he has that puck vision. It'll be really great to kind of see how that goes further, especially with tomorrow night's game.
Rue's one of those players where it's always something. He's either injured or he's traveling with the Team USA for the college hockey championships. He's all over the place, but he always finds a way to ground his game and come back. Offsides gives Arizona a chance to regroup. I suspect he'll play nice and easy tomorrow, maybe get a goal, an assist, something along those lines. He's been in and around the offense of his line tonight, just hasn't exactly gotten anything to fall. On ASU's side, I expect the offensive players who have really stepped up in this last period to come out a lot hotter than they did tonight. You really need those players to step up and take their role, and they were kind of silent for these first 2 periods, and that put ASU in a big hole. Pass along the near boards.
Absolutely. You think those are players like Olsen, Butler, we kind of talked about a little bit, we've touched on, but we're really trying to make their presence known in tomorrow night's game.
And they've been playing much better in this third period. Marchant especially has been all over the plays in a way he hasn't really before. Speaking of being all over the plays, Hughes embroiled in a battle along the boards. Gramlich tried to take advantage of a little bit of a mix-up. Kept on sides. Pass out to Hughes, kicked out with a purpose. And they'll send it the other way, a dangerous chance there. Could have put ASU in the hole. Arizona and ASU going back and forth. Massive hit, doesn't seem to phase Picozzi. Quick shot in, on goal. Glenn takes care of business. 7 minutes left to play in this final period. Hopefully. Another player I think could step up into a big role. Excuse me, a 2-on-2 developing. Quick shot there, sent way too high. Another player I suspect will step up a little more tomorrow. He's been showing some flashes of goodness. The big John Baird, he got a PIM really early. Excuse me, 2 PIMs really early. And he's just struggled to get his way back in the game, but here he is. Muscles it out, still somehow gets back to his feet. Stefan brings some friends through over the blue line. ASU headed the other way. Gould out to play it, flips it back to Maloney. Maloney sends it way ahead, gets caught up in the skates of Erickson, but he's assisted in a spin move. Got a little help. Hodgson zips it around the boards, nobody there to help. ASU manages to get it out the other end. Rossi somehow stays on his feet, gets it to Walker. Walker, beautiful pass. Cross ends up with Maloney. Here's Maloney, quick shot. Blocker save by Nate Glenn as the Cats came downhill. Sun Devils, quick shot off the stick of Gould. A big hit there. Little Picozzi remains unfazed. Honestly, more discipline than I expected to see when you're in the dying minutes of a big win like this. Just throwing some words back and forth. At the end of the day, not so bad. We've seen how these games can end, believe you me. And this is, you know, this is what you want. You want your guys to be fiery. You're down 3. You want them to show that the loss is upsetting and that they're going back and forth, but you don't want the big scuffles, the brawls. It's pointless and it's silly.
Absolutely, especially knowing you have another shot here tomorrow night. It feels rather pointless.
Maloney, too impassioned. Well, we'll get offsetting. As Chase and Maloney, they're each going to take the sit. 2 minutes. We'll get a little bit of 4-on-4. Maloney done a good job tonight to play pretty gritty, to play pretty strong, and still stay out of the box up until now. It's the exact kind of player they need him to be, someone who's scrappy and all over the place, but isn't necessarily going to spend a whole lot of time in the box. So much room. Hughes just sends it wide. Offsetting checking and roughing calls gives us about a minute and a half left of 4-on-4.
I think both teams have kind of proven themselves here in both penalty kill and power play. And so seeing them play so much 4-on-4 as we are, it really doesn't kind of allow those special teams to get as much time as you want to see from teams who are as strong in both fields as these two are.
Just 4 minutes left. Arizona trying to burn clock. They'll see if they can get something mounted. A bad pass gives ASU possession. He'll zip it back into his own end, which will allow ASU to regroup and set up a last-minute drill of their own. Marchant muscled off the puck by Walker. Arizona looks like they're going to take it slow, try and turtle it down for the last 4 minutes. Walker across the blue line. Walker's not content with that. He wants to play. And he just loses his handle on it. So he'll take a skate around the world. And here comes Gramlich. Gramlich, inconvincingly, back behind the net. Avoids the hit. Passes it ahead to Walker. Walker down low. Backhand look. Gets the shot off. Puck is loose. Here's Walker. Quick shot there. Puck again loose. Glenn can't hold on to it, but he'll finally get the freeze. 3:31 left to go. Arizona 4, Arizona State 1. If you would, we would greatly appreciate it if you could come out, show out for these Cats tomorrow night. It won't be their last game against the Sun Devils this season, but it will be the second of only 3. Come join us for Ice Cats nights. Get to meet the alumni.
Wildcats will be wearing classic Ice Cats vintage jerseys. I believe they're from like the 80s.
That sounds right.
Yes, and they're very cool. I got to see them earlier this week after practice, and I think it's a great way to kind of honor the legacy that this alum has left with this historic program.
If there's anything hockey fans love, it's a vintage look. You know, the Buffalo Bullhead. What was the one game? The Nordiques versus Whalers game earlier this year.
So tough.
Hockey fans love an old sweater.
Hockey's one of the oldest sports out there, and I think no better way to represent it than a classic look.
Again, Arizona, a storied history. You'd be surprised. They have an incredible history of playing hockey out here where it's barely hospitable. But the Ice Cats found a way. They've been building up this program for years, and tonight they're going to try and celebrate it with a win over their in-state rivals. Puck goes back and forth. Olsen touched it at one point. Rue throwing some hits, but he's held on to, kept out of the play. Little back and forth, 2.5 minutes to go. Maloney slings one. Hanrahan makes a move to hold on to it. Cat's gonna try and turtle out as long as they can. 2 minutes 15. Quick flip across. Hanrahan throws the cross check to give Arizona possession. Narrowly over the blue line, headed the other way. Pass across, looked like it came off of the ankle of one of his teammates. Backhand, little poke for a shot. Gould doesn't care, pad save. It's sent all the way into the other end for icing. Minute 45 left to go in this final period as ASU's time is dwindling on just 1 minute and 45 seconds to score 3. Is that a fish thrown on the ice?
I'm seeing 2 fish thrown on the ice.
That's awesome. That's unacceptable. Not just because it interrupts the game, but because everyone in this arena is ready to go home. They're ready to celebrate this victory. The team especially, they just want to take this win, get back into Tucson and have a little fun. Arizona calls the timeout. Hayden Gould again with the win tonight, as it's looking, though I don't want to say for certain, but with the win tonight, you go up 7-0 against ASU all time. Never lost a single game against the in-state rivals. He made a couple of miracle saves tonight to keep Arizona ahead by a lot. ASU probably pretty bummed that some of those shots couldn't fall because Gould just spread out, made some impossible plays happen. Arizona narrowly wins the faceoff. Finds the Sun Devils. Gross sends it across. Taken away by Gramlich. Gramlich down to Vockler. Vockler couldn't find the cross ice. Here come the Sun Devils. Butler slings it across. Quick shot there. Gould punches it out. And an interference penalty will give ASU the power play. As Vockler gets to sit in the box for the remainder of the game. To give ASU a little bit of credit here, we've seen what they did last year. On the power play, I don't doubt they could score 3 in a minute 15. We've definitely seen crazier here in Tucson Arena.
If you'd like to also see crazy, come to the Tucson Arena and watch your University of Arizona Wildcats play live and in person. They're right there. You can see them, not through a screen. And you don't have to listen to us talk.
That might be the best part about it. But this atmosphere is absolutely electric. I love being in this barn when it's packed out like it is. These ASU games are some of the most fun I've ever had in college hockey. They are an absolute blast. If you do go into cardiac arrest due to these heart-wrenching cats, it's a little souvenir you get to take home.
It's almost like 5 games at the Territorial Cup.
It is like 5 games at the Territorial Cup.
I guess it kind of is, but you get to see them play 5 times. That's way better than football.
5 little heart attacks. Chip shot there by Gross. Puck not falling.
1 minute remaining in the third period.
Here's Marchand across to Gross. Gross, weak shot, can't find the deflection out in front. Here's Maloney, flips it. He'll get the clear, 50 seconds left to go. ASU wants to get something going, trying to cherry pick here, but it doesn't work. Nice little poke check by Arizona to keep the lead. 30 seconds. Windows all but closed for ASU. Puck chipped the other way, Erickson wants a piece of it. 15 seconds left to go. The student section is riled up. ASU trying to get one more. Gould picks it up and drops it. He wants to go home. Quick shot there. 4 seconds left. And that will do it for the third period as your University of Arizona Wildcats beats the Arizona State University Sun Devils 4-1.
Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast, and from everyone high above the ice, we'll see you next time. This is Wildcat Hockey.